you have just won the Club World Cup, your 5th title of 2023. And this statistic blows my mind. You, Pep Guardiola, have averaged a trophy every 23 games in your managerial career. 37 trophies in 849 games. And I'm asking this as an Everton fan, Pep. We've not won a single trophy since 1995. It's 10,459 days. Serious question. Does the thrill of winning wear off? Winning a title every 23 days, does it become routine?
Apparently. Apparently, but it's what can I say? So yeah, it's a lot of the numbers are incredible. So now I'll be humble and I will say yes, it's incredible clubs, incredible football players, economically, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Man City. So strong economically to buy the best players in the world and have the oldest structure at our disposal to do your job. And I think the mentality I grew up from Barcelona Academy for 30 years old, like is not allowed to lose. You have to get in better and getting better and getting better. Maybe it's now in my bones and try to inoculate this part of our competitive issue that all the sports have in my players, in the clubs, in the structure and stuff, backroom stuff.
Because the Club World Cup was the 16th major trophy you've won since you joined City back in 2016. And I once interviewed Vincent Kompany when he was City's captain, and he said to me that complacency is City's greatest and toughest opponent. And I am fascinated. How do you exercise complacency? Most importantly, how do you keep entering that City dressing room for nearly 8 years, just one gent with the same voice, and not get tuned out by the players?
That is a good question I ask myself. I'm scared of that. I'm scared of that. You're right. So after 8 years with the same message, and always, that's why I said many times with the managers, there is not a book that tell you after 8 years what you have to do. So you're right there, you see your eyes, you see the eyes for your players, for the staff, and say, okay, and today you have to do this, tomorrow you have to do that, the after tomorrow you have to be completely the opposite. And always I think the fear, to lose games, to disappoint people, to disappoint yourself, to maintain these standards, as high as possible, that make you feel okay. Next, let's try to do it again. A little bit is that like make us feel and push. I think as a club we push each other. My chairman pushed me and say, "Oh, just you won 6 titles, you have to 5 titles, you could win 7. Why? What happened?" And joking aside, it's a little bit like that. It's my sport director, me, to him, and the players, my staff. We challenge our ideas, and it's daily. Is all the time is like that. When I don't like how they run backwards, I push them, I press them, I don't like it, they show in the images, I don't like what you do. And every day is try to okay, we can do better, because I know the teams are preparing to beat you. The teams are there desperate to beat you because we won a lot, and that's why you have to work harder and live it better and reflect what we have done, we can do better. This is the only process we know to continue to be there.
Yeah, but Pep, I got to tell you, listening to you, I feel bloody stressed. And being a Premier League manager for that long under those kind of conditions, it is incredibly stressful. Honestly, watching the likes of you and Jurgen Klopp and Mikel Arteta and mighty Sean Dyche on the sidelines week in, week out, doesn't look like a lot of you are actually having a lot of fun a lot of the time. It looks more like agony. And there's a question from a fan, GFOP at Lindsay R. Barnes. He asked, Pep, given the level of sustained focus it takes you to achieve what you have achieved, what do you do to care of your own mind? Do you get ongoing psychological support, or is it just regular golf?
No, no golf. Unfortunately, I cannot do it because the weather here is so bad. So we cannot do it. I have to go to LA or Miami to do it. I think there is one question. Sometimes we forget it, or sometimes that is not. Of course, there are a pressure and tension, but at the end, we love our game. I love what I do. So at the end, I have passion for that. And at the end, it's not an incredibly big effort arrive here 2 hours before the training session and prepare the images, or imagine today I'm going to talk with these players, or I'm going to make this training session or whatever. I love it. I love it. So at the end, it's not, for the pressure. Yeah, it could be, we won a lot. Yeah, at the same time, I said, okay, I've done it. And leave my profession already, I've done it. I'm peace of myself. What, the club gave me a lot, but we gave them to the club. We gave them to the club a lot as well. So I think we are in peace. We are, wow, okay, we have done it. And now I said, okay, once we are here, why we cannot do it again? Why we go Huddersfield yesterday and be humble enough to a championship team, make incredible backwards what we have done, and defend every set pieces like we have to do, and try to play the right way with the ball and without it. Why you don't have to do it? And it's just a football game and we do it.
I love that philosophy. Be at peace with yourself, just be at war with everybody else. And I do have to ask you about one remarkable moment this season. 20-year-old Micah Hamilton. He's been at the City Academy since he was 9. And back when he was 13 years old, he was a ball boy. You famously put your arm around him in a Premier League game, gave him coaching tips while your first team was beating Crystal Palace 5-0. And last month, Micah made his debut in the Champions League, scored an electric eel of a goal. Do you remember, Pep, Michael Hamilton, the ball boy? And there's just something special about seeing him grow from child to goal-scoring first-team man boy.
I remember the moment I spoke with Micah in that age, but I didn't remember him when he came to train with us. Was the ball boy. So because I don't speak much with the ball boys, so maybe once or 2 or 3 times since we are here. So that's why I remember that moment. But I don't remember who was training here. And I remember when they showed me by Twitter the image. So I didn't know it. It was fun after we talk about Micah with that. So, oh God. So I make a debut. I need the red because all the players make a debut. So I ask a bottle of wine to my cellar because and I still didn't know it. So I'm pretty sure it's going to do it this time again.
You have so many looks on the sideline, Pep. You're the one manager whose wardrobe is regularly analysed by GQ. Sometimes you're Silicon Valley casual, others Rick Owens sneakers, or in your signature hoodigan, others in just a t-shirt. Serious question, when do you decide what you're going to wear on the sideline? Do you plan it during the week? And how do you do it? Smart or casual? Does it reflect your mood at all?
No, my wife. No, my wife is the best in the world in that many things, but especially in fashion. So, and she says normally to me, don't wear this or wear that. So I follow her. So always I'm smart enough to, when people is much better than me, follow their advices. And her is
so
really
you
good.
Delegate all of that to
Absolutely.
She came up with the hoodigan.
Absolutely.
God, last question, Pep. Noel Gallagher last month went on TalkSport and he said, quote, I wouldn't be surprised if Pep Guardiola managed England next, because he'd become a god if he won with them. You have a great relationship with Noel.
Yeah.
Does Noel know what he's talking about when it comes to football? Or is it a bit like you dropping hints about an Oasis reunion?
Listen, there is something special because when I arrived here in Manchester, the first time I landed here, the first interview was made by Noel Gallagher. So in that moment I thought 2 things. First, one of maybe the best band, or that's 40, 50 years, after Beatles, or after, is Oasis with him and his brother Liam, a big supporter fan. So make an interview to me, nothing wrong is going to happen my tenure here in Manchester. It's impossible. So it was a sign like everything is going to be fine, and it was. And after he was all the time so kind to me. He sent me a lot of messages before the games and after the games. Well done, and always we connected. I've been 1 or twice in his new band. Here in Arena in Manchester, I've been, and listen.
Does he know his football?
Always about football. He's incredible fan about football. He's an incredible, and a part of I am a absolutely big fan of him, about his songs and what he has done for the music culture in not just in UK, in all around the world. And guys, have a Oasis, Noel Gallagher, Man City fan. What can we do? So it's a dream. It's perfect.
God, I'm going to fade out with "Don't Look Back in Anger,"
Don't
which
Look
I have
Back
a
in
feeling
Anger,
we'll
yes.
be hearing at the end of this season very soon. To you, Pep, to
Thank
your
you.
singular squad, courage.
Thank you so much.